We are under the. Chris Sale is on the mound for game 2. Dan Plesac, what do you got?
You know, Matt, it's awfully tough getting a lot of no decisions as a starting pitcher, but he was able to pick up his first win of the year in his last start. Hopefully his mojo starts turning around.
Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a miss, and he's in the hole 0-2 now. Good job to spoil that one away, and he stays alive. Panic behind a ball and 2 strikes. And we'll see some 40s before things are said and done tonight. Right now 51 degrees at first pitch. Did a good job to shorten up and protect the plate, and he'll have another shot at it here.
Looked like he was cheating a heater right there, a little bit too far out in front. Got to find a way to keep his hands back.
2-2 the count. And now pitch on the way. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Bradley on the run. He gets there to make the play for the first out of the inning. Stepping in for the Jays, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He takes his first trip to the plate here, fresh off a 4-hit ball game a night ago. Guys, this Red Sox ball club entering play here tonight. They come in scuffling a bit of late, just 2-4 over their last 6 games.
Yeah, Matty, hey, Dero, this has not been the kind of homestand that they would like to have so far. Through the first 5 games, they're 2-3. Dero, getting to 500 on this homestand is certainly one thing they'd like to do here today.
Yeah, they can salvage a little bit right now. They can walk out of here today with a smile on their face if they can get this back to 500 in these first 6 games.
Here comes the first pitch. A little tardy on that swing as it's well wide of first. And he gets him to pop it up on the right side of the infield. And Pedroia will make the catch in the inning. Matt Shoemaker will be on the bump for game 2 of the series. Dan, any thoughts?
Well, Matt, you hate to go into game thinking that you're going to have to get the bullpen involved, but you may have to with this guy on the mound. He's not known for going very deep into games. Very rarely does he go 6.
There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. And that'll hop over the wall out there as he starts the home first with a ground rule double. He's set and the pitch. And he'll start him with a slider that's taken down and away for ball 1.
When you play in this park where the fences are shorter, this is going to happen more often than any other ballparks.
Swung on and hit pretty well out to deep left field. Hernandez is going to get back, and he'll put this one away on the warning track for the first out. And that'll bring up J.D. Martinez. And he's definitely off to a fast start in the early part of the season. No balls and a strike to count. Gets the fastball by him here, and he's in control 0-2.
That's a well-placed fastball right there, just off the outside. If you can get guys to expand the strike zone and go after that pitch, you're going to have a lot of success. No luck that time, though.
Their count now at 2-2. Grounded back up the middle. He's got it. Throw gets him. 2 down. Next will be the cleanup hitter, Xander Bogaerts. Opportunity for him here to pick up that runner from second with 2 away. Ready with the 0-1. No, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2.
Hey, down 0-2. He better be leery of this guy's nasty changeup. He has the ability to bury it down and away or down and in wherever he wants to. So you got to be on point with this one.
2 balls and 2 strikes now. Benintendi stands at second with 2 gone. And he comes back with a fastball. Strike 3 called, and the inning is over. At the plate to Oscar Hernandez. And he's definitely off to a fast start in the early part of the season. Lifted into the air out towards center field. Bradley is there. 1 out.
That is it. The designated
to the plate now is the designated hitter, Bo Bichette. Last night was a good one for him as he turned in a 4-for-5 effort. Now this pitch is sent on the ground for the first baseman Moreland, and he'll take it to the bag himself for the out.
Batting fifth.
Here's Randall Grichuk. It was a three-hit effort from him last night, so he was a big part of that victory. Lifted out towards straightaway center field. Bradley is there, and the inning is over. 1-2. Here now is Rafael Devers. It's been a really slow start to the season for him, as you can see by the April numbers on your screen. Ball one to start the at-bat. The windup and the 1-0 pitch.
Ball outside.
Lifted down the line in left, and this will wind up a foul ball. Past battles with Matt Shoemaker, he's gone 2 for 5. Even count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. And this will miss down low in the dirt, so he's worked it full now at 3-2.
Well, that sets up a big pitch right here, Matt, because you don't want to lose the leadoff guy in a scoreless game. It's tough to work around the leadoff walk.
Got him swinging on the fastball there. Rafael Devers becomes the first out here in the bottom of the second. And the 34-year-old veteran looks at a called strike. It's 0-1. Here's a fastball that crowds him a bit, and it's 1-1. Bottom of the second here with no score. Hit back up the middle. And that'll get on through into center, and he's got himself a 1-out hit.
Hey, I can't imagine that's the pitch he was looking for right there. But he did his best to keep his nose in there and drive that changeup for a base hit.
And that swung on and missed for strike one. Fouled off. Hit out towards second. There's one. Relay to first in time, and just like that, this side is retired. Rowdy Tellez the next to bat. He's the number 7 hitter, but he's leading off to third after the first 6 guys in the lineup have been retired in order.
Yeah, it's been a great start to the guy on the mound. It'll be interesting to see if they can find a way to get to this guy before he really settles in.
Into his windup, here comes the 1-0. And he fouls this one off. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. A bit of an ill-advised swing that time as that ball got in on him. Oh, and he just carves him up there on 4 pitches. 1 gone. Another strikeout for him on the mound, and boy, is it fun to watch him go about his business.
No doubt, Matty. He's one of my favorites, mostly because of his stuff. You know, he can absolutely dominate on any given day because of what he offers up there. It's just nasty. There aren't many hitters that like to see this guy on the mound.
And it's fouled away. A windup and the 0-2 pitch. Third inning, no score to this point. And he lays off it to even the count 2-2. Oh, and that liner caught him. Throw to first, but he's safe. And now the stadium's attention turns back to the man on the mound. And now they'll hustle out there and attend to their pitcher, and that was quite a shot he took as you see him down on a knee. But if there's one thing I know about this guy, he will not want to come out of this game. And from all indications, it looks like he's going to try to continue. Ben Zobrist comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1. Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. Zobrist, or Zorilla as he's sometimes called. He was taken in the 6th round back in the 2004 first-year player draft.
Hey, when you come out of the middle rounds, you have to grind for everything, and that's exactly what this guy has done, and he has turned himself into a solid big league ball player.
So we got him swinging. Ben Zobrist goes down for out number 2 in the top half. Here comes the first pitch. Lays off 1-0.
Well, he punched out the last guy, but he didn't get any favors from the blue on the first pitch in this at-bat. Probably should be ahead of this hitter instead of behind.
A ball and a strike. A runner on first with 2 away. Now a big fastball, and he's well behind it with the swing.
This pitcher's bringing it with some high velo. You better get that front foot down early and get ready, or he's going to throw it right by you.
Grounded softly down the line toward first. Throw in time, and the side is retired.
Back here now as the Red Sox are ready to bat in the 3rd inning, and as they do, it's worth mentioning that their lineup has been one of the best in baseball this year. And one significant aspect of their offense is the running game, where they currently rank among the league leaders in stolen bases and stolen base success rate. I brought this up with some of the players earlier, and one of the pitchers told me, 1, it's fun to watch, and 2, I'm glad I'm not responsible for defending against it. Our guys will pick you apart if you're not smart. It's an athletic bunch, and they use it effectively, guys.
Thank you, Heidi. And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out.
Boy, there's the perfect pitch right there, the straight changeup. He hadn't used it yet in this at bat, and what does he do? He uses it, pulls the string, and gets the big strikeout.
Now a slider, and he gets ahead of him here, 0-1. Big swing and a miss at the fastball, and he's behind in the count, 0-2. Bottom of inning number 3, 0-0 our score. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2. Fouled away. Here he comes again, 1-2. Ball 2. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Long run for the center fielder. He makes the play. Really had to hustle to get to that one. 2 gone now. The left-handed hitting Andrew Benintendi stands in. Second shot now. He doubled to start out the home first.
Hey, second time.
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made. Stepping in, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. And he'll step in to start things out against Chris Sale.
This game is rolling right along as we move into the middle innings with no score. You'd think by now one of these 2 teams would be able to get some base runners on and get them in, but that hasn't been the case.
In now, Lourdes Gurriel. He popped out in his first trip.
Yeah, I don't mind him trying to drive the ball in the air, but he can't collapse the backside, and that's exactly what he did in his last at bat. Look for him to stay a little taller and keep that upper half a little bit more over him.
Good hard slider there, but it runs away. It's a ball and a strike. Well, if you love pitching and defense, this has been a game for you. Are you happy with that, Dan?
I think this continues for a while, Matt. Both of these pitchers are throwing very well, throwing strikes, having good command of their off-speed pitches. This is going to be one of those low-scoring affairs.
Moreland's there. And that's the second out. So that'll bring in Teoscar Hernandez. Flied out in his first at-bat, so make him 0 for 1 so far.
Almost.
He sends it out to left field. Well hit. Not quite out of here. It's off the out-of-town scoreboard. The relay. And he's going to make it there. Barely, as he's into second base with a double.
Now batting, the designated hitter, Bo Bichette.
Into the box now, Bo Bichette. As Sale will get the upper hand to start the at-bat. Here it's strike 1.
Man, he's looking sharp so far. 80% of his first pitches are for strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this up.
Comes set, the 0-1. Ground ball sent back up the middle. And nothing will come of the 2-out double as the inning is over. There's the second baseman now, Dustin Pedroia. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Down the first baseline. But a foul ball here, 0-1. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. And he won't offer it that. Too high, 1-2.
Well, tried to throw a high fastball right by him there. didn't work. But now we'll see if that sets up some different options. Wouldn't be surprised to see a good slider down and away right here.
You don't see that too much in today's game. Most guys, it doesn't matter what the count is. They're looking to line them, drive the ball out of the ballpark. Not the case here. Good two-strike adjustment, able to punch a ground ball through a hole for a single.
The relay not in time, and he's in there with a double. And they've really got something going here. Runners at second and third to start the inning.
Yeah, they've been stymied so far in this one, but they've strung together a couple hits and are poised to finally break through. A base hit to the outfield, and we've got the makings of something special working here.
Hit on the ground to third. Only play's going to be at first, so that'll go as an RBI that brings home the opening marker of the ball game.
Really good job of putting the ball in play right there. Even though it wasn't a base hit, it does bring the go-ahead run for his team.
And the indication from the dugout comes, it looks like they're going to put him on intentionally, so that'll set up the double play possibility with one away. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Turned on that one and crushed it, just pulled it a little foul. And this is on the ground is short. Could be two. One there. On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. Back now at Fenway Park, and here's Heidi Watney with a report.
Thanks, Matt. In between innings, I was able to catch up with the manager of the Blue Jays to discuss his thoughts on his team's lineup so far. And he mentioned they need to show a lot more patience with their at-bats moving forward. It's been a struggle for them to get anything going. And he said they just seem way too anxious right now. The numbers back that up, too. They've swung at the first pitch more than 70% of the time in this game. So their focus going forward is to be a little bit more relaxed and willing to let the at-bats come to them. Matt?
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks. The windup and the 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on the fastball, and that's the first out.
Well, this has been a completely different performance from the offense that we saw yesterday. They were looking like the 27 Yankees 24 hours ago, but they've been held in check so far in this one. That's kind of how baseball goes, though.
And here's a fastball called for strike one. Just manages to foul that fastball off to the left, and he's in a hole now, down 0-2. And a fastball flew it right by him, and they're two down.
If this doesn't boost your confidence on the mound, I'm not sure what does. That's 6 pitches and 2 strikeouts in the inning, and that was a really nice fastball for the punch out on that one.
Swing and a miss that time. It's 0-1.
Man, that's 7 straight strikes to start this inning. He's got a chance at an immaculate inning.
On could we see another strikeout here? It's 0-2 now.
Hey, and the beat goes on. That's number 8.
A 1-2 count to the Blue Jays signal caller.
Well, that's a smart miss there. Sometimes guys will chase it down there, especially when they're in protect mode.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. Ready for another chance? Alex Verdugo as we move past the halfway point in this one and begin the bottom of the 5th. Strike one to start the at-bat. And this catches the zone as well. It's 0-2 now.
Your idea of working the count goes out the window. You're frustrated right now, down 0-2. Gotta find a way to grind.
Count is 1-2 now. Halfway to 100 pitches. Here it is. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
He got ahead with 2 good fastballs and then tried to drop the changeup to see if he'd be out in front. Did a great job of laying off that pitch right there. Interested to see where he goes now. Man, I thought this at-bat was over. Down 0-2. He's able to work himself back into a hitter's count 2-2, and he's able to find a knockout there.
Jackie Bradley Jr. is at the plate as he watches ball 1. And he fires in a strike this time to make it 1 ball and 1 strike.
Borderline pitch right there. But as a low ball hitter, you can live with that as long as the umpire doesn't give him north as well.
And they've really got something going here. Runners at second and third to start the inning.
Finally, they show some signs of life. These guys have been swinging the bats like they're underwater or something. But a single and a double, and now they've got runners on second and third. We'll see if they can cash them in.
So far, 0 for 1 with a flyout. Rolled slowly down the third baseline, but a foul ball, 1-1. Fouled off again, and now he's in a 1-2 hole. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2.
That was a nasty sweeping slider right there. If he was able to just catch the back door a little bit, he would have picked up that backwards K.
And it's 3-2 now to the number 9 hitter.
Looked like he tried to elevate a fastball on that 2-2 pitch there, but kind of overdid it. With a pitch that high, it's pretty easy to lay off if you're the hitter.
So he racks up the swinging strikeout on the breaking ball. Kevin Plawecki is retired for the first out in the bottom half of the 5th. 1 run, 6 hits, and no errors for the Red Sox to this point. 0-2 the count to Benintendi. And that's a setup pitch right there, 1-2.
These are the situations right here that make me miss wearing a uniform. The big spot.
Meanwhile, this ball gets down. It's a base hit. And that'll plate their second run of the game as they take a 2-0 lead.
The batter, number 15.
What a nice piece of hitting right there. Didn't try and do too much. Stayed on the attack, kept his hands inside the ball, and took what the pitcher gave him.
A hit and 2 tries for him so far. And Pedroia behind 0-2 now. And on 0-2, he misses with a fastball.
Man, a pitcher let the guy off easy right there. That 0-2 pitch wasn't even close. I'd rate that as a non-competitive pitch.
Got him to miss the breaking ball there. Dustin Pedroia becomes out number 2 this inning. First pitch fastball in there for a called strike. This one's down to third. Scooped up. Throw in the dirt to first, and he can't come up with it cleanly. And they'll extend their lead even further as the run from third is in to score.
The batter, number 2.
And that brings in Xander Bogaerts. He was a ground out victim last time up. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Now a swing and a miss at a slider for a strike. 3 runs, 7 hits, and no errors for the Red Sox to this point.
I'd be real surprised if he goes back out away there on the mound. This is a count for a fastball challenge, and we'll see if he's ready for it in the box.
A swing and a ground ball to third. The throw pulls the first baseman off the bag. Now everybody's going to be safe.
Now batting, the third baseman.
Digging in to try it again, Rafael Devers comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ballgame. No balls and 1 strike. Called strike 0-2.
A strike away now from getting out of this mess. Sometimes pitching is all about minimizing, right? So keeping it to 2 runs across in the inning would be huge.
Waved at and missed for the third out. Not much of a chance at hitting that one. And here's Ben Zobrist now. He starts off the inning against a guy who struck out the side last inning. How did they get to him here?
I'm not sure, Matt, that they want to stay as patient. He's been throwing a lot of strikes. They might want to start swinging a little bit earlier in the count.
Grounded back up the middle. And this is going to get on through into center, a leadoff hit.
All right, let's see if that leadoff single gets them going right now. They've taken it on the chin for most of this game, being a little passive at the plate in their approach. Let's see if that starts them off and they start to go more ambush tactics.
Swing and a miss on the slider, 0-1. Now here's a line drive, but it's going to go right into the glove of the shortstop Bogaerts. And that's allowed out number 1. One out now in the Toronto 6th inning. And Vladimir Guerrero Jr. settles in at the plate. From the stretch. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Chasing after it is Bradley. He tracks it down and makes the play to record the second out. And he will scurry back to first as he'll think twice about trying to move up. So it's a runner at first with 2 men out. And that brings up the exciting Lourdes Gurriel Jr. Has a look, now pitch. Bullet back up the middle. And he will make the catch just shy of the track, and the inning is over. Now at the plate, Mitch Moreland. He'll get things started here in the second half of the sixth. Just gets a piece of it, strike one.
Mitch Moreland.
Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike.
1-1.
Early swing there as he pulls it foul to the right side. Set to deal on a ball and 2 strikes. And he checked his swing, but it's a strike 3 called, and that's the first out of the inning. And the next up will be Alex Verdugo. He reached on a single last time and later wound up scoring. And he'll look at a fastball that doesn't miss by a whole lot. It's 1-0. And Verdugo goes in front, 2 balls and no strikes. 3-0 now.
Well, I'll tell you, from where I'm sitting, it looks like he's starting to rush his delivery out there. Someone needs to remind him to stay back and let his arm get out front.
He's set. Here it comes. A ball and no strikes.
I wonder if that call not going his way right there has anything to do with walking the last guy. We all know umpires don't give you much on the corners if you're not throwing strikes consistently.
Ready on 1 and 2.
No, outside.
Not sure if that was a great take or if he got locked up on a 2-seamer running away, but either way, it worked out well for him. That's a well-thrown pitch, though.
Turned on, but it's wide at first and foul.
He was absolutely all over that fastball. Have to find a way to keep that fair.
And he struck him out. Strikeout number 8 now in the ballgame for him.
The catcher, Kevin.
Softly hit to short. He's right there. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. Trying to pick things up where we left off to Oscar Hernandez, and he'll get us started in what's officially the back third of this one. Right through it here, and he's behind 0-1. Couple of righties starting to loosen now in the bullpen. Fouled off. Can't get him to chase. It's 1-2.
I love a well-executed changeup, especially one down in the zone. The only problem throwing it in that situation, you leave that belt high or miss your spot just a hair, and you could have some problems.
The 1-2. Again, he sends it out of play. The 1-2. Tried to hold up there. Appeal down to first, and no swing. It's ball 2. The 2-2 is looked at for ball 3.
3 balls, 2 strikes, full count.
The bouncer to the left side, and that finds its way through for a base hit. So it's a leadoff knock to start out the inning as they'll try to claw back at that 3-run deficit.
Designated hitter.
Hey, excellent job right there, leading off the inning with a base hit. We got to keep this line moving. We cannot stop. Nobody can make an out. We have to find a way to put 2 men, maybe 3 men, put some pressure on this defense.
He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. High in the air out to center field. Bradley is there. And that's the first out of the inning. So 1 away now in the Toronto 7th. And the big right-handed bat of Randall Grichuk saunters into the batter's box next. And that misses ball 1. The 1-0. He's able to ride this one high and deep toward right center. And that'll get down out there near the wall. Now the relay home. And they'll have runners at second and third following the 1-out double.
Now
digging in, Rowdy Tellez. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up. Williams Astudillo will come on to pinch hit here in a big spot.
Number 64, Williams Astudillo.
And he gets him to pop it up on the right side of the infield. There now is Moreland, and he's got it for the second out.
Now batting, number 10.
Ready for another shot now, Reese McGuire. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far. First offering on its way.
Yeah.
Well, the Blue Jays have been searching for that big hit pretty much all game. They're hoping they get it right now. This would sure be a good time.
Here's a late swing and a miss, strike 2.
With runners on base, 2 outs and 2 strikes, this is a big next pitch for both sides.
Now a fastball runs inside and drills him. Oh, that's gotta hurt. So stepping in, Ben Zobrist, a hit in 2 tries so far.
Ben Zobrist.
Trying to hang a 0. Here's the pitch. He takes the changeup the other way out toward right center. Bradley is there as he makes the catch, and they'll tightrope. Williams Astudillo remains in the game, batting 9th and manning first base. And that'll bring up the left-handed hitting Andrew Benintendi. And I think the question becomes, how much longer are they going to stick with this starter? Fatigue could very well become a factor at some point.
Yeah, that's always a tough question to answer for a manager, especially when your guy's still pitching well. You've got to kind of look for some signs. Is he starting to get hit more? Is he losing his command, even if he's still throwing strikes? Stuff like that.
Yeah, good points to keep an eye on if he continues on much longer. Hanone features one of the biggest yackers in the game. Curveball's got a ton of movement. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. Now the fastball is swung on and missed. Looked like the fastball got away from him there. It's ball 2. All even at 2-2. Here it is. Nasty breaking ball swung on in the dirt. And he makes the throw to first. Benintendi is retired, and there's 1 away.
Down back, second baseman.
1 man is out in the Red Sox 7th, and that'll bring up the former MVP second baseman Dustin Pedroia. 1 out, nobody on. And here's one that misses to Pedroia, and the count evens at 1-1. Bottom part of the zone, a good changeup gets the call. The 1-2.
No.
A bouncer up the middle. And that'll find its way into center field for a 1-out hit.
Nice execution right there, Dan. Kept his front shoulder in, kept his hands inside the baseball, and ripped the base hit up the middle.
If you're a pitcher right there, you can't get discouraged. Sometimes even when you make a good pitch, the ball's going to find a hole somewhere. That one right up the middle.
And he fouls this one off. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And oh, look out as he has to hop out of the way of the fastball there.
I like that he tried to tie him up inside on that pitch, but it was a little bit of a risky situation because if you're off just a little bit, you can end up plunking a guy. That's the last thing you want to do when you've got a guy 0-2.
Xander Bogaerts is next as he finds himself behind 0-1. Here's a fastball that crowds him a bit, and it's 1-1. 1-2 to the Boston shortstop. 2 out with the man at first. Well hit the other way, and it's into the gap. Pedroia is on his way home. He scores as they move on top 4-0. So much of this game is situational hitting, guys. Nice job there.
Yeah, you've got to find a way to pick your teammates up when you're given the chance, and he doesn't try to do too much right here. He just takes what's there. Safely on second, and his buddy is high-fiving teammates in the dugout.
A ball and a strike now. In for a strike, and he jumps ahead 1-2 now. Runner in scoring position at second with 2 down. He struck him out the 3rd time he's fanned in the game. 1 for the Here's Joe Panic, fourth trip to the plate now, and he's hitless to this point.
Yeah, he and his teammates have really been shut down by some very good pitching in this one. Been fun for a guy like me to watch.
Throw on to first in time, so the leadoff man is set down to open up inning number 8. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He flew out in his last at-bat. Swing and a miss on the slider, 0-1.
Hey, I know he's aware he can't tie the game with one swing of the bat, but maybe he's just trying to excite the boys and get one on the board.
Tried to get him to go after the slider, but it's 1-1. And now Boston's bullpen springs into action. A left-hander and a right-hander begin to throw. Hit the other way out toward right field. Verdugo waits on it. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away. So digging in now, Lourdes Gurriel. He lined out in his last trip, so looking for better fortunes here. Oh, and this is hit high and deep out to left. And it's gone into the monster seats.
Well, he hit a homer last night, too, so it's obvious that he's in a groove right now. My advice to this staff, don't give him anything he can extend his arms on. You do, and he's going to make you pay for it just like he did.
I guarantee you at release point he wanted to pull this pitch back. Change up middle of the plate usually gets deposited in the seats.
Into the box, Bo Bichette, as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. 0-1 pitch on its way. Tried to crush that ball and now perhaps needs to shorten up with 2 strikes. That misses. 1-2.
You know, that almost works like a pitch out there. Maybe you get the guy to chase out of the zone, but at the very least, it gives the catcher something good to throw if the man on first is on the move.
Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. So it bottom of inning number 8 set to go, and set to go is the veteran first baseman Mitch Moreland. Curveball is nowhere close, and it's 1-0.
No strike.
That one bends into the zone. A strike on the breaking ball.
That's a tough curveball right there to stay into as a lefty hitter. That ball looks like it's almost going to hit you, and it breaks over the inside half of the plate.
Pulled toward right center field. Zobrist comes on now, and he has it 1 down. Into the box now, Alex Verdugo. He enters this at bat 1 for 2 with a walk. Down on the shins and missed with it. Ball 1. Popped him up. Guerrero has a play, and he makes the catch for the second out. Stepping in, Jackie Bradley Jr. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. And a strike called at the letters. Looked high to me, but it's 0-1. That misses wide. 1 ball and 1 strike. And it's fouled away. 8th inning. 4-1 is our score. And another foul ball. Another one sent foul. Had to sit back on the changeup, and he did a good job to get the bat on that one. Pulls this one into the air out into right field. And here's Grichuk to make the catch, and the side is retired. Josh Taylor takes the ball now in inning number 9, looking to close the door.
Number 72.
New inning set to get underway, and the big right-handed bat of Randall Grichuk saunters into the batter's box next. And we kick off the 9th inning with a swinging strike here, 0-1. And a curveball that he didn't get on top of there. It's 1-1.
Looked like he was a little over-aggressive there to throw that nasty curveball. Just needs to slow his delivery down a bit.
bullet back up the middle. Bradley patrolling center makes the play, 1 out.
The first baseman, number 6, Travis Shaw.
So digging in next will be Travis Shaw. And he gets him to lift one high in the air and drifting out to shallow center. Devers ranges back, and he has it for route number 2.
Now batting.
Stepping up now, Reese McGuire. And he needs to make something happen. They're down to their final out here in the 9th. And a layoff fastball here in a good spot, but ruled the ball 1-0. That evens it up 1-1. Now the pitch. Now a swing and a ground ball. This should do it. Up with the ball is Pedroia. Throw on to first, and the Red Sox will put an end to their 3-game skid as this ball game is over. A 4-1 finish in the